You are now listening to the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. All right, No Nation. This is the National Show with Gangster Fizzle and McGee. If you watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube at National. That's at NATIONOLE. And then we're on IGX and all the links on our link tree, which is linktree/National Show. That's NATIONOLESHOW. You can go directly to the source. Our website, national.com. That's NATIONOLE.com, which will have our live latest feed on there anytime you log on. And then we got a special treat on there. We got a bunch of new merchandise. You can call up, get you a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, and sport that No Nation. You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you to everybody that already ordered, baby. We appreciate you. We've already gotten orders delivered. Everything has already been attained by the orderer. The orderer. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's good. Everything's rolling over there.
Nice.
So everybody, hop on national.com, buy a bunch of stuff for yourself and for your friends, because giving gifts is a great way to tell people you love them.
Right.
That's it.
That's what's up.
So how was your bye week, my guy?
Good, man. Good. Nice watching the rivals play. Nice watching college football all in general. Our Buccaneers had a game that, man, I was so shell-shocked after I didn't cut my phone off and on until like an hour or so after the game. I just needed to like sit down and chill and drink some alcoholic tea and get,
it's a little stressful being a Bucs fan these days, man. Everything's coming down to the last possession, but man, it just feels like Baker wants it like a degree, like just a little tiny fraction. He wants just a degree more than others,
Yep, really I love it.
Yeah. I love it too. It's been fun, but I was stressed out. It might kill me. I'm like pacing around,
I feel you, bro. Just getting all tight.
Who do we play next week? Who's the week 3 opponent? I don't even remember.
Man, after that win, I just had to just chill off of Bucs stuff, man. And then hearing about our guard getting hurt, I'm just, man.
We play the Jets next week in New York.
Okay, cool.
That's our old coach.
I like that because what you call it got hurt. Their quarterback,
Justin Fields. There's a lot of quarterbacks that got fielded. That got hurt this past weekend. Joe Burrows, everybody. Man. It's crazy. JJ McCarthy's out again. Play 2 games.
I had to switch up my darn lineup.
Yes, fantasy football is a real thing. Why don't we talk about the couple of college games from this past weekend that didn't, because Florida State was on a bye, so we had to watch some other games, right? There were some good ones. We talked about Georgia going to Tennessee. We talked about how you needed to shop around, and if you liked Tennessee, you wanted to get it at 4.5. If you like Georgia, you could get it at 3.5. Well, if you shopped around appropriately, bravo, because it ended, at a 44-41. So it was a 3-point game. Maybe. I can't imagine too many books were offering 3 at kickoff. Nobody probably got it at 3 unless they bet it early in the week. But still, that was really close to the spread. It was exciting. Man, USF did not do what we were expecting. He thought we were going to keep it close. They did not. They only scored 12 points against number 5 Miami. Looked very good. 49 points they hung. That is serious. USF is a real team. You know what I mean? USF is upper division. You know, a proper football team. That's bravo to Miami.
They fooled us with the Florida game, man, and not them. It was more along the lines of Florida. You know, us still having the hopes of them being somewhat up to their expectations of this year, or whatever. But you know how Florida played versus LSU, UCF. Played versus Miami, it really put things in perspective after that game.
Yeah,
Miami handled what the fuck they needed to do, though. So hats off to them, man. They taking care of business.
Yeah. Yeah. We're a few weeks away. That's a big one. The date is circled.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the end? Did you watch all of Texas A&M, or did you watch the end of Texas A&M at Notre Dame?
That was no.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
That ended up 1 point Texas A&M victory in South Bend, right? Notre Dame might be the best 0-2 team ever. They're a really good team, but they have no wins. No wins.
Yeah.
That's wild. The other one was crazy. Clemson.
Yeah, now that one.
My goodness.
Yeah.
We were high on Georgia Tech, but I mean, you know, we were like, oh, Georgia Tech's probably gonna keep this close. Maybe you put a little flyer on them to win the game, but like there wasn't a point in that game where I thought Clemson was gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like I the whole time I was like, this is Georgia Tech game. This is Georgia Tech's game. And now you know what? Because of their schedule, they have a pretty easy path from here out. And because, you know, Florida State's got to play some of the big teams, you know, in the conference, Georgia Tech ended up not having to play certain teams, like Miami, for example, and us, right? We don't play them in the regular season. So they have Georgia Tech might be in the ACC championship game. It might be them against the winner of us versus Miami.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Haynes King is looking real comfortable in that offense, man. If they can go toe-to-tap with Clemson, now, you know, it depends on which Clemson we're getting this year, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. They have Clemson just hasn't looked good at all or whatever. But, yeah, looking at their schedule, man, they really don't got nobody. I want to say Virginia Tech just fired their coach or about to fire their coach. NC State, NC State, Syracuse, Boston College, Pitt. Ooh, they got Georgia at the end, but that's non-conference. So yeah, they got a nice little slide there. All they got to do is win on out.
Yeah, it worked out for them really nicely this year. Yeah. It's a good year to have a good run. You know what I mean? To have a good squad and make it happen. Yeah. So watch out for Georgia Tech.
Definitely.
All right. Let's go to a Pro No report. I'm going to put off the baseball till next week because they are closing in on the end of the regular season. They got playoffs. We'll do a little thing on the baseball guys next week. But know that our guy Big Dumper hit a couple more home runs. Okay, Big
Dumper.
That's our guy. Also, another one of our guys, Luke Clinton, golfer, just left Florida State. He played at the Pro Cure Championship last week in Napa. He didn't play well, but he did play. I think that it's a good sign if he's out there playing in the fall season of the PGA that he can get some good experience on the pro level and get some early FedEx points for next year. So I hope he plays more of the fall schedule. Our homegirl, Renika Hodges, the assistant coach of the Connecticut Sun. The Sun, they missed the playoffs. Their season is over. They got new owners. They got 1 year committed to Connecticut.
Whoa, that's a tongue twister.
That was a weird one. You know? I just, you know, the question is whether or not the coaching staff is going to be back after such a bad record or not. and if not, I imagine we're riding with Renika Hodges. If she's not a Connecticut Sun assistant coach, we're not a Connecticut Sun fan. You know what I mean? Wherever she heads, we're riding with her.
Straight like that.
Yeah, that's how we rock. The NWSL is rolling along. I think they've played 20 matches. Almost every team's played 20 matches, and I think they play like 26 on the season. So they only have a few weeks left. Let's run through the Florida State soccer players in NWSL quick. Leilani Nesbitt she plays for the Chicago Red Stars. They are 13th place in the standings, way down at the bottom. She is mostly coming in as a sub this year, but has been consistently contributing. Also down at the bottom of the standings on the Utah Royals, Lauren Flynn has not played since early August. I'm assuming there's some injury issues or something. Interesting story. There's a goalkeeper named Christina Roku. I imagine I'm mispronouncing it because it's probably, I'm not going to even, I'll mess it up. But she now plays for Racing Louisville. She started the season on the Utah Royals. I just mentioned they're the bottom of the standings. She is now starting in goal for Racing Louisville. They're in the 8th spot in the standings, so that's much better. She has a shot at doing something. She's also on the Puerto Rican national team. She had a really, really big first professional start recently. Exciting times. It's gonna be fun to root for her. Let's see. On my list, we're going up. We'll get to 7th. The Orlando Pride. Although they started the season really strong, they are now in 7th place in the standings. Carson Pickett has gotten a goal in each of the last 2 games. She's playing really well. And Emily Sands is just doing her thing, playing Big D for the Pride. And then in the 4th spot, working our way up the standings, Dana Cristina Castellanos Nayenes. I'm sure I'm blowing it, but she's my favorite. She's just such a badass. I listen to it. I know I talk about it all the time, but I heard one interview of her a while ago, and I became an NWSL fan and a soccer fan, a women's soccer fan, and like she's a real badass. She was on the Cooligans, and it was just fantastic. She is starting and dominating for a very, very good Portland Thorn team. And then in the 3 spot, New Jersey, New York, Gotham FC they're 8-6-6. So they're just a few games out of the lead, right? Jillian Howell is starting and team's doing great. I mean, so she's seriously contributing, and then in the 2 spot, last but not least, it's the Washington Spirit, Casey Kruger's team. She has not played for 2 months or something. Hopefully everything gets right soon. The few players playing over in Europe, that season's just getting started. So we'll check in on that in a few weeks. All right. Word. Now, obviously, it's football season. So we got a ton of NFL players, right? Let's do it like we did last time. We start with the guys that lost so that we can save the winners. That's the fun way to do it. The Panthers lost to the Cardinals, but Ryan Fitzpatrick had a field goal and an extra point. The Texans lost to our Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mario Edwards Jr., he's active, but he's healthy and listed as active, but he did not play this week. The Jaguars lost to the Bengals. Jarian, I always forget the I. Jarian Jones had 4 tackles. He's oh, pardon me, I misread that. He had 2 tackles. He also had a stuff, which is my favorite defensive stack. It's like a hitting a quarterback. I'm sorry, it's like hitting a running back behind the line, and they just call it a stuff, right? I love that. He also had a big pass defense. He is questionable for next week, though, so he got a little banged up. Who else we got here? The Chiefs. The Chiefs lost to the Eagles, but Derek Nandi contributed more so than he did in week 1. He had 4 tackles, so he was out there more plays. Who else we got? The Giants lost to the Dallas Cowboys. That was a crazy game. I don't know if you saw any of that.
Yes, there was.
So there's 3 guys on the Giants. Brian Burns, my guy had a day, buddy. 3 tackles, 1 sack, a stuff, a pass defense. It was a really big day for Burns. If he was a hockey player, they would call him Burnsy. That's a good one. They always add a Y. Hockey players always add a Y.
Yeah.
Also on the Giants, Graham Gano, 3 for 3, longest of 38, and 4 for 4 from extra points. That's a lot of extra points to kick and make and still lose a game. A lot of kicks to make, a lot of field goals and extra points to make and still lose a game. That's incredible. And our buddy Jameis Winston did not play, although he is healthy. He was listed as inactive on the roster. Who else we got? We have the Jets. While we're in New York, might as well talk about the Jets. They lost to the Buffalo Bills. Jermaine Johnson with 4 tackles and a pass defense.
Good to see him stepping up, man. He's been hurt for the last couple of years. Right? So
and Isaiah Thomas popped his cherry, man. He got his first NFL tackle.
Hey, that's what's
Hats
up.
Off to the homie. That's a fucking cool story. And then, last but not least of the losers, the Washington Commanders, they lost to the Green Bay Packers. That's another quarterback that got hurt, huh? He's out. Jalen Daniels.
Yeah. Bunch of them, man.
Yeah. So Eddie Goldman got 2 tackles in the loss. He's out there playing for the Commanders. And then let's talk about some winners. A little brighter tone to the convo. Like I said earlier, Cardinals beat the Carolina Panthers. Trey Benson only got 3 carries for 11 yards this week for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
it seems like James
was running that thing.
it also seems like James Conner is kind of RB1. He's getting the bulk of the touches, and he's doing well with them this year. Josh Sweat had a game, buddy. Josh Sweat had a game for the fucking Cardinals. He had 4 tackles, a QB hit, a sack, a stuff for a loss, and he forced a fumble. Like he really had a game. Bills mentioned earlier, they beat the Jets. Keon Coleman, our dude Keon Coleman, 3 touches, 26 yards. They just didn't need to force it to him this week like they did in week 1 when they needed him.
After the game he had week 1, I know they had eyes all over him this game or whatever, man. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. The Chargers beat the Raiders, and
I already know who balled on that one.
His name is Derwin James.
Yeah,
7 tackles, 5 stuffs, 2 passes defense. Yeah, it's amazing. Who else we got? The Rams. How about the Rams? They beat the Tennessee Titans. Braden Fisk tweaked an oblique in pregame and ended up not playing at all, and he's questionable for next week. But Jared Verse got out there, and he had 2 big tackles, and just kind of always around. You know what I mean? On every play. He's amazing. And then the Patriots beat the Miami Dolphins. Joshua Farmer played a little bit, but no stats. And the 49ers beat the Saints. I feel like everybody's going to beat the Saints this year. Tatum Bethune had a tackle, and Bernardo Green had 5 tackles and a pass defense.
Who's the Saints coach now?
I don't even have an answer for you. It's their old what's it called? Isn't it like their old defensive coordinator?
Kellen Moore, that's who it is.
Oh,
that's yeah. Remember, he used to be the offensive coordinator for Dallas for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's the Pro No Report for Thursday, September 18th, 2025. Brought to you by National.com.
Nice.
I gotta step away and let you talk about Kent State for a minute, all right?
Go ahead, brother. I got you. All right, people. So next up, we have Kent State coming to town. I'm pretty much going to tell you, just as I did the last game that we had, where we have to stay healthy, man. I want to say we're like 45-point favorites during this game. Games like this, to a fan, it just looks like, oh man, you're just playing Kent State. Oh, it's just going to be an easy win. But a lot of times these games we have to put a lot more focus into, because it's, you got to get out of that autopilot feel. You can't just lollygag in. And I'm not saying this because I have any worries in our team or anything or whatever, because the focus that they have is really what brought this to my attention. The last game that they had, you had starters and stuff saying, leaving, hey, scoring the most points ever in Florida State history, but saying, hey, we left some points on the board with East Texas A&M. And that's the mentality that we got to have coming to Kent State. We have to make sure that we execute above all. Execute blocking, execute tackling, execute every aspect of every play that's put on the field. I really am looking at this game as like a practice or a scrimmage for the Miami game, not to get ahead of ourselves. So it's not like we're going into the game thinking, oh, yeah, we got to get ready for Miami. But no, making sure that you execute every aspect of the game plan so that you can become better in running your plays, so that when you do play Miami, your execution is on a whole nother level. So that's what we're going to be looking for with Kent State. Something that I do love is that a bunch of the injuries that we've been hearing of, a lot of people are going to be healthy now. A lot of people that was kind of banged up the first couple of weeks, I want to say we got a full slate coming back. So it's nice to have a full, healthy roster going into Kent State. And on top of having a nice, full, healthy roster in Kent State, it's good with having them have a game to prepare before the Miami game. So all these people that are coming back from injuries, they don't have to just come back and then boom, rivalry game. You come back from an injury and then you play Kent State to get you back into the rhythm of the game and everything. And then boom, once that Miami game come, they've already had their touches and got that, back from injury, butterfly thing out the way or whatever, and everything is good, man. So yeah, as long as we stay healthy, the people that we got coming back from injuries, get them some playing time, execute as much as we can, and focus on just being the best Florida State that we can be on the field. And I know that we can do it because this is the talk that I'm hearing from the players and the coaches. So everything's looking good for this Kent State game. I can't wait, my friend. I can't wait.
I like the idea of the ramp-up game, like you mentioned, For also, like, sometimes when you take an off week, it's coming back to a game that doesn't, that doesn't have a ton, that it's not like the toughest game of the schedule. It's nice. It's a nice soft return to the game,
Oh yeah, loving it, man. So yeah, I want to say we're like 45-point favorites or something crazy like that.
Yeah, 45 and a half.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, there's not not much to say about a game like that. I like that Kent State's getting to travel and go play a big big school. Like I like it for the little schools, but for the most part, it's just there's not enough upsets, not that I ever want Florida State to get beat by the likes of Jacksonville State again, but
oh my goodness,
it sucked last week when there was like 3 real games or 4 real games in the whole weekend. Like even this week, there's really only 2 games against ranked opponents this week, I think.
It's not that many.
There's not that many, but later
it's a bunch of upsets and stuff, man. Like
that's true.
What did you say? Notre Dame is 0-2.
Wait,
Clemson.
There's only 1 game between ranked opponents this week. That's amazing. Yeah. No. It's Oklahoma Utah at Texas Tech is 16-17. And then Oklahoma at Auburn is 11-22. And that's those are the only ones. Now obviously, we really care. Oh, and Indiana, Illinois is this weekend, right? They're both ranked 19-9. Yep, 19. Indiana is up to 19, and Illinois is at 9. So What's more interesting are the teams that aren't ranked, though.
Yeah, one game I know I'm gonna be interested in looking at is Michigan and Nebraska. Shout out to the Nebraska Hour. Yeah, because Nebraska is like 3-0, and Michigan is what? I think they're like 1-2 or 2-1.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised that Nebraska's not ranked yet. I'm not that surprised that Clemson. I mean, I'm surprised that Clemson has lost, but after seeing their losses, I'm not surprised that they're unranked.
Yeah.
But those are the two. Oh yeah, and there's that other team that plays in Gainesville. They're not ranked anymore either.
Rightfully
they do play. They have a big one this weekend though. So Saturday night. In fact, let's get into this. Saturday night in Gainesville, number 4, Miami.
Is it in Gainesville or is it in Miami?
It's in Gainesville. I thought it was in Miami too, but it's in Gainesville.
Oh, okay.
Number 4, Miami at Florida Gators.
Oof.
Being that it's in Gainesville, being that these teams are close to each other, rivals to say the least, just like it's a three-way. It's a three-way. All three schools hate each other. You giving Florida any chance at all?
Nope. They can't score, dude. They can't score the ball. Yeah, they look horrible. And they can't score at all. The coach is not relinquishing his play calling ability. And bro, the game is in Miami because it was in Florida last year when they beat them.
It's in Florida. Look at that. Maybe it's in Miami.
It's in Miami. So
there's a certain website that had that back. I just had one website has it listed backwards.
Yeah,
call it out.
I just remember that because last year I remember them beating them in Gainesville or whatever. Because Miami fans, they're gonna run their mouth. Like, we own the swamp, blah blah blah, and all of that or whatever. Yeah. So they have to go down to Miami and they can't score. And Carson, not Carson Beck. What's the Miami quarterback name?
That's it. You did it right that time.
Really?
Yeah, Carson Beck.
He's been in the league so long. I just feel like he should be in the NFL now. But yeah,
he's been in college so long he should be called doctor.
Right. But he's so comfortable in that offense, bro. And I don't even feel like they've really tapped into their potential with that offense with him. So
no, they definitely haven't played their best game yet.
And even LSU beat Florida, and LSU has a struggling offense, as we saw or whatever.
Yeah,
not only in that game,
very good.
Oh yeah, that defense is atrocious, but you're gonna need some offense or whatever. And they beat Florida without offense. Miami got offense, so
it could be bad. I might take a little stab at this one. It is. I know I don't really like that hook, but it's Miami minus 7.5. And almost every book, there's not even any change. I mean, every book has it up at 7.5.
So basically just giving Miami 7 points?
Other way around. Florida. Florida is plus 7.5. Right? So Miami has to win by more than a touchdown.
That's easy money. Hell,
I think so too. I think they're going to win by double digits because I expect. Well,
I'm betting on that one.
Yeah, I think Florida's as bad as we think we are.
Oh yeah, they are horrible. And that quarterback, 5 interceptions in one.
Somebody
game.
We were talking about taking a sleeper on the Heisman. I'm glad I didn't. Make that.
Yeah. That's
let's
crazy.
All right, let's see what this Oklahoma Auburn spread is. That's interesting to me. Let's see. Oklahoma is minus 6.5 at home against Auburn. It looks like that one website mentioned has all the games backwards. That explains why I had it up. So that game is in Norman. Auburn having a very good year this year.
Yeah.
I think the Auburn-Alabama game could be very interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna be interesting. Alabama got their swing back though, so I don't know, man. Like that Florida State Alabama is making us look better and better the more and more Alabama play. And just like Yeah, just like I mentioned, like everybody was giving Ty Simpson all of that rap. Oh, he's not good, this, that, and the other. Think about every Alabama quarterback that they've had has struggled out the gates or whatever. The last 2 or 3 quarterbacks that they've had, and it's the beginning of the season, man. We expect these kids to come out like professionals, even though they're getting paid. They're still learning and learning new teammates and changeover. Yeah,
so much pressure at that school.
Right. But shout out to Alabama. I'm glad to see that they're looking more of the Alabama of old. It makes us look even better. But also, it's always good when Alabama's good, man. So good to see.
Yeah. I mean,
and I like that coach.
Yeah, he seems like a fun guy. Who wants to watch like Star Wars without a Death Star? You know what I mean? Of course, I think football's better when Alabama's good.
I like that.
I mentioned Indiana and Illinois. It's being played in Bloomington. Indiana is the home team. It sucks that these two teams are so good, but they got to play in the Big Ten where there's like 7 like great teams. Ahead of. Also in the same conference, right? That conference is deep. It is deep. But Illinois is getting 6.5 points at Indiana. If you've watched Illinois play this year, you're gonna be tempted to bet this. They're a lot of fun, and they kind of do everything right. But I can't believe I'm saying this. Bloomington, Indiana, very tough place to go get a win these days, especially in a night game on Saturday night. Like that place is going to be a party. That place is going to be a little raucous, and I don't know. I'm not. There's no way I'm betting that game. I will. I will try to watch part of it. It's on at the same time as Miami, Florida, so you kind of get to do little flip around or do the 2 TVs, 2 screens. You can do however you got to do it. Yeah, that's it, right? Do we want to? Oh, do you have anything on Utah, Texas Tech? I mean, Texas Tech is they're everybody raved about how they attacked the portal in the offseason and the NIL and all that stuff, and now you're seeing them go up the chart, go up the standings. I mean, that's how it works now.
Yeah, and we're seeing this year. We're seeing what I love with the transfers and stuff or whatever. I hate it to be the first bad example of portal decisions or whatever last year in Florida State or whatever. Let's going 2-10 with all the busts that we have. But look at all of the other programs this year who are pretty much following down the same line, like UCLA. They brought in a nice quarterback who they thought was going to lead their offense perfect, and all of these other nice recruits from these schools and stuff, and only to bomb out or whatever. So this year I feel is really reiterating, the portal's open. Yeah, you can get a bunch of these players, but you really got to be careful who you get. And then also on the flip side, from players leaving, going to other schools, I just focus on our school. Luke Romanholt could have had the keys to the Cadillac, keys to the whole program going forward at Florida State, but chose to go over to, I think it was Mississippi State that he went to. Yeah. Now he's a 3rd string, only got 4 passes attempts in the year or whatever.
I feel like you got bad advice somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of these kids are getting bad advice. Like Nico Amalibi, he listened to his dad. Oh, I can get more money. Now you may not even get a 3rd school or a 4th school to transfer to, man. Patrick Payton, he goes to LSU. He was a starter at Florida State. Now you getting rotated in, getting barely, half as much playing time that you was getting here, man. Yeah. Hakeem Williams, the wide receiver that went to Colorado State and came out to there's so much development here at Colorado, blah blah blah, and you only got like 3 or 4 touches 2 games in for the year or whatever. So it's just showing a lot of times the grass isn't green on the other side, and then on the flip side, you got to watch who you bring in and make sure that they fit the schemes that you're running. Make sure that you're spending your money and your recruits wisely or whatever. So
you got to keep it on brand, You got to keep it on brand. You got to bring in your kind of guys, right? That's important. Utah, all I know is that I've just seen scores. I haven't sat down and watched them play at all yet this year, but scores say a lot, right? Like they've been winning. Everybody's kind of raving about Utah this year, so maybe I'll make this one appointment television, and I'll make sure to sit down and watch.
Yeah,
honestly, I need to
3-0.
Yeah, it's worth. But they deserve my attention. Clearly, they're here.
Oh,
Utah
snap.
and Texas Tech.
Utah beat the dog crap out of UCLA, 43-10. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
I mean, it's UCLA. I get it. They're having a weird year. They're changing their head coach likely, and they're having this. Quarterback came in. It's not working. But
know how that feel.
yeah, we've been there.
Yep.
So happy those days are gone behind us. All right.
Right.
Coach Cortez.
Let me ask you so. Hold on, before we do that, I'm gonna ask you something, man. How do you feel about the quick snapback that we've made, man? Because honestly, you and I was on the same page coming into the year. We was like, hey, man, we can, get a bowl game, 6 games, and we good,
Yeah, I wanted a bowl game.
From that to like, and now to Alabama and beating the dog crap out. How does it feel, man?
Listen, man, I knew we had a chance against Alabama because we wanted more. We were the home team, and they were coming to see us. We were coming off this shit. We were bouncing back, but I thought that'd be like an emotional win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems that it's actually just a win-win. Like, we're actually a good football team, right?
Right.
But we got to keep it up. Mm-hmm. And the guys like on the team have to stay focused through the season, and as long as there's no dip in focus, right? Like a dip in like seriousness, I think we're our biggest opponents now, right? Whereas going into the season, I'm like, man, we got to play Florida and Miami and Clemson and Alabama. This schedule is brutal, and it still is, except it seems attainable now. Like, it doesn't. It's not so daunting, right? It's not so daunting. It's still a brutal schedule. It's just, I think we're actually ready to handle it. Doesn't surprise me a little bit, but we also know it's possible. We saw what Deion did in Colorado. We're seeing teams turn around quicker in the new age, and we know we have resources, and we know we have a rep to trade on. Kids still grew up watching Florida State and wanting to go to Florida State, and so I'm very pleased with the moves they made and kind of the revamping of the roster they made. I'm even more pleased with the moves they made on the coaching staff. I feel like that's where the credit is due.
Yes.
And like you mentioned, I think a week or two ago, shout out to Coach Norvell for letting those coordinators come in and work. You gotta let them cook in your kitchen, and he's doing just that. So, yeah, it's awesome. The short answer to your question is it is amazing. I'm so happy that it's happened. But yeah, I mean, still a long season to go. We still got a lot of tough football games, but just these first few weeks have just felt so good after last year.
that part right there. That is the quote right there. These last few weeks have felt so great compared to last year. Oh my goodness, man! Right?
Yeah, it's night and day, bro. It's night and day, and I listen back to our show as a podcast on via the Bet Your Ash network, available at betyourash.com and the Bet Your Ash feeds, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Or like when I watch the clips, or even if I watch the episode back, it is clear that you and I are happier and more cheerful people than we were just under a year ago. You know what I mean? Like, it's just clear. It's clear. You can hear it in our just the way we're discussing things, Whereas last year we were like, oh God, here we go again. Like, it was in our voice. It was in our presence, Right. Now it's obvious.
Yeah, I'm sure dude, even my wife has called it out. She's like, why are y'all so loud in there this year? I'm like, because we winning.
Because we got something to be loud about.
Right.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I'm sure it goes, I'm sure it's that way across the nation, right? Across the Seminole Nation. Shout out.
Yeah.
Right? Shout out to you, whoever you are. If you're listening, if you're watching, if you like the Noles, we like you.
Shout out to you, buddy.
It's amazing, man. I imagine there are Florida State fans everywhere that are feeling the same way. Like, oh wow, my wife likes me more. Look, my hair is growing back. I'm in better shape than I've ever been. Like, it's just life is better, Single old men are thinking maybe I can find love again. Like it's crazy. It's a whole different attitude. The world smells better.
Got alumni posting merch on social media.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like us.
Right.
Oh, if you're like feeling good, you know what you should do? You should go to national.com and buy some merch, please. Please. Spread the joy. Spread the joy, baby.
Spread it, baby.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think I'd said all that out loud. So I guess thank you for giving me the platform to do so.
Nice.
I just kind of worked out my feelings, but that's it, man. It's a whole different world when Florida State's good as opposed to epic badness, because that's what it was last year.
Oh yeah. With that being said, let me get my emotions on out, man. This is
Take them home, Coach.
I gotta talk to y'all boys, man. This year is not gonna be as much yelling because I feel y'all can coach y'all self. The statements that I see y'all making, everything I hear y'all talking about is what I want to hear about. You guys are focused. You left East Texas A&M saying that there was points on the board when we scored more points than any Florida State team has scored in Florida State history in football. That's that type of energy I love, baby. So bring that same energy on to Kent State. We gonna go knock the ball out the park, out the stadium, out the city, out of Leon County, baby. And I want to see everybody treat this the same way they did the Alabama game week 1. Step out like Kent State is 21-0 and we're 0-12, and beat the brains out of them and let the whole nation know who we are, where we stand, and how far we have come from last year. This is the Seminoles, and this is No Nation. We are back, and we are here to stay, baby.
Man, I'm going to run through a wall in this Airbnb and they're going to charge my credit card and it's going to be bad, but it's all your fault. We are back. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And we, Gangsterville and I, will be back next week because that's how we do. Every Thursday morning, we get together. We make the national show just for you. It is a co-production between Broham and B Yappin. I told you about how you can find the show as an audio podcast, BetYourAsh.com or the Bet Your Ash feeds on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Or if you prefer watching it, we're here, right here. We're on YouTube. Make sure you click that little notifications thing so you get the notifications when the show is about to start. It is youtube.com/@national, NATIONOLE. We, in addition to national.com, where we have all the links and all the merch, and so last episode, all that stuff. You can also go to our Linktree page. Also, you'll find all the links. So we got social medias, right? We got stuff going on. We're young, we're hip. We know how to use Instagram and X, right? So it is Linktree/National Show, NATIONOLESHOW. Gangsterville also has a Linktree page or list. I don't know what you call it. A link, a tree. He has a Linktree tree. He has a list of his links at his Linktree. It is /Gangsterville, GAINSTAVILLE. And in addition to his social media, you can find links to all his music. He makes fantastic music. You should listen to it. It is on all kinds of, like literally all the platforms out there. And you should listen to it on all of them and like it on all of them. That's the best way to support your friends that make music. Gangsterville is a great friend, and you should support him. I think that's everything. We mentioned the merch like 6 times. We can say it one more time. Go to national.com and grab yours. And yeah, I think that's it. So go Noles.
Go Noles.
And you have just finished listening to The National Show with Gangsta, Fizzle, and McGee.